In this lecture, we're going to be looking at the Solidify modifier. We're going to be using the Solidify modifier to give our meshes more substance to them. So let's go into Blender. So the best way to do this for me is I'm going to delete my cube and I'm going to install a cylinder. Next, I'm going to change my cap fill type from Ngon to nothing. What this will do is it will delete the faces on both ends of the cylinder. So I'll change from Ngon to nothing. So now we can see the inside of our cylinder. Next, I'm going to go into edit mode. Make sure everything is not selected so that I can see more clearly. And then I'm going to add my Solidify modifier. So click where it says Solidify. It should be just above your subdivision surface. And what Solidify does is it basically adds thickness to all your faces. So no matter what models you create in Blender, they will always have a default minimum thickness. So they'll only have the smallest amount possible to be considered a face. Using the Solidify modifier, we can add thickness to objects. Say if you were creating a brick wall. So you created a brick wall, you modelled it, you textured it, materials and everything, but it was still a flat surface. Surely you'd want to make it thicker. Well, the Solidify can do that. Here we have the thickness value. By increasing the thickness value, you can see we can increase the thickness of our faces. How thick we can make our faces is almost limitless. So, if I've got it around 0.15 will do me nicely, and we can see that that's a very thick object to use. It's ideal to use Solidify after you have completed the modifying stage. So this is one of the last modifiers that you should use before moving on to textures. The reason why is very simple. The more thickness you add to an object, the more challenging it can be to see accurately how you're manipulating your objects. Ideally, you want your objects to be as close to flat as possible. So that's the Solidify tool. Very useful, very powerful. Right now, we have a challenge. I want you to apply Solidify to any objects that you have created in the past. So your car, your skateboard ramps, anything, your pyroscope. I want you to apply some thickness to all of these objects. Once you've done that, I want you to create a pasta bowl. If you don't know what one looks like, have a look on Google. And I want you to use the Solidify modifier to give it some thickness. Do that, guys, and I'll see you in the next lecture.